The Canadian Lego Show teaches estimation on a number line. So this will be your final degree. So, nah, I'm just kidding. So I realized something it was kind of weird. So this timeline is the history of Lego Star Wars compared to the movies. So here we have the history of Lego Star Wars starting at 1999 and here's today, present day 20. It's May 2020. So we haven't got the summer sets yet, but let's just talk about it. So we have Phantom Menace, 1999, 2002, Attack of the Clones. 2 years later, 3 years later, we got Revenge of the Sith, which is the best Star Wars movie. And then you have 2006, 7, and 2008. The 2008 brought us Clone Wars. Clone Wars ran all the way from 2008 to 2014. Then after 2014, late 2015, basically 2016, brought us. Well, if you really consider it, we only got this. I'm gonna be considering this not as when the movies came out, but when we first got the sets. So we first got Force Awakens sets in 2016. We got a couple in 2015, but most of them came out in 2016. So we got 2016, and then things start to deteriorate really quickly. So 2016, and then late 2017, we have Rogue One. Then after Rogue One, The Last Jedi, and then this took a little it's called The Rise of Skywalker took a little longer to release. So this is the Solo movie, and then you have The Rise of Skywalker. Now you have a span of time with no Star Wars media. Then you have Season 7 of the Clone Wars, and I just put that arrow on here because it's important for later. So I'm going to be taking 3 points of data, if you will. This area, which will be like the neutral kind of control. Then we'll take when a sequel comes out, so we'll take 2019 as our sequel year, and then we'll take 2005 as our prequel year, prequel / Clone War year. So if you go over to brickset.com, we'll need the calculator in a second. So start off with 2019. So we have quite a few sets, as you can see. We got a lot of sets this year, and not including polybags, because polybags are, kind of useless. So let's see, we have. I'm just gonna be counting these. So we have one sequel set, sequel original trilogy, that stuff. So basically anything that's not Clone Wars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should I consider this a Clone Wars set? 5.5. I'll call. This is kind of, no, it has mouse to it, so it's 6.5, 7.5, 8. I'm not including this. I'm not including the Comic-Con stuff. We're at 6.5, 9.5, 10.5. I don't know what this is from. 10.5, 11.5, 12.5, 13.5, 14.5, 15.5, 16.5, 17.5, 18.5, 19.5, 20.5, 21.5, 22.5, 23.5. I'll also call this a half again because it's not really either. So we're at 24. What is it? 25, 26, 27, 28. So let's put that into our calculator here. 28. Go back up here. Let's just look for the prequel sets. So do 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 do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So let's just do 5 divided by 28. That's 0.17. So if we do 0.17 over 10, that's our fraction. So our fraction is 0.17 over 10, or 17%. 8. Well, 8. If you're gonna, you have to round for this. So 18% of sets in a prequel year are Clone Wars themed, which means that. So if 18 out of 100, that would mean that it'd be so that means 72. So if we got 100 sets, 72 of them would be sequel themed in a year with sequels. Now let's take our prequel year. What did we say? 2005. So let's see. Now we'll be counting prequel sets first. And we also did get a lot of bonus value packs. 1, 2. Yeah, it's a prequel set. 2, 3, 4. So 4. So now we'll go back to here. So 4 is our smaller number. 4 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, 5. No, be 5. Hang on. So 5 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 5 divided by 12. 41. So that means 41%, which if we use it, that's 59. So if we got 100 sets, 59 of them would be Clone Wars themed. And keep in mind, this is in a year when we get a Clone Wars movie. So the other one was what, 72? So we'll just put these in another browser, or I'll just write these. You know what? We'll throw these numbers back into our PowerPoint. So let's see. In a prequel year, what was it? What was the complex calculus? We have. What was it 41? 41. Oh, we'll just call it opposed. 41% opposing section. What was it? 18%? 18%. We'll just leave it at that. Now we'll take our control. So let's go 2 years ahead to 2007. And there's a whole other subcategory that I'll talk about in just a minute. But let's see. So we'll go original trilogy first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 divided by our prequel. So and keep in mind that we get there's not really a full control because this was still a lot closer to prequels. So the real control would have been if we got one a year before the Phantom Menace. That would have been perfect. So hang on. So 5, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 5 divided by 8. 62. Meaning, so 62 would be 38. So go back into our PowerPoint. Oh, crap. And then control. I don't really know how to explain this. How should I write this? You know what? Well, I'll just go. Hang on. What was our number? So 62. Control year. 62%. 100%. So what this kind of shows us is, so basically when it says 41% of an opposing section, I mean 41% of the sets we got in 2005, which was our prequel year. 41% of the sets were original trilogy themed. But then when a sequel year came along, 18% of the sets were a Clone Wars theme. So, explain this. But let's take our control year again. Our ARC control year, we have 62% prequel. If let's go after. Let's go back to Brickset.com. Let's pick a good year for this. So if we took their control year, because 2007 was after prequels, let's try and go after a sequel. So 2019 we'll do. No, we already did 2019. Hang on. Wait. Let's do 2018 maybe? 2018 was kind of neutral because we got Solo that year, didn't we? Yeah. Yeah, we got Solo that year. So let's see. One. You know what? I'm going to forget this category for a second. The size of the sets also really differ. So for our sequel year in 2020, let's just look at the sets that we got. So let's see, 2019. The biggest, I mean, you could call this a prequel set, but, you know, it's just, actually, I don't know if you could or not. So let's just go to, what was the largest prequel set we got that year? So let's see. No, you know what? We got the Naboo. So we got the Naboo Starfighter, Clone Scoutwalker, 20th Anniversary Pod Racer, and another microfighter. So yeah, the biggest set we got was probably like the AT-AT, right? So we got one set in the $70 range. I don't know why I have that. Yeah, this is so 700 piece. You know what? Let's take a closer look at this one. So AT-AT Walker. Let's see how many pieces are in the 2019 AT-AT Walker. So $60, 60 US dollars. I'll just use US dollars because that's what's here. Let's see how many we got. How many see? Oh, that's Darth Vader bust. I really want one of those. So let's see. Okay, this is double that. Actually, you know what? No, let's be fair because I was going off my. So we have one that's larger. I'm pretty sure we got two sets in the $60 range. You know what? I don't even think we got any sets in the $60 range because they were so much bigger. Like, look at this. We got Von Reich's TIE Fighter, got the Slave 1. Like, you get the point I'm trying to make. And now let's go on to bricklink.com. And you'll see why I'm here in a minute. I'm going to take two very even sets, piecewise. They're not going to be perfect, but I'm going to do it anyway. And they'll be from the same year. So if we just go to year released, we'll use 2007 again. So 2007 is kind of like our measurement year, if you want to call it that. So I think page 4 would be 2007. Okay, yes, here we go. So I'll take the AT-AT and the MTT. See how many? Oh, they made a Chrome C-3PO? Wait, what? Okay, so almost 1,200 parts. And the AT-AT is... Okay, it's a little under in the piece count department. But that's fine. I mean, I'm assuming that this one's more expensive because, you know, if LEGO keeps making original trilogy sets, then they must be working. So we'll use lowest value sealed in the box because that's a fair one. Oh, keep in mind, This thing is motorized, so that probably evens it out. So let's see, $675. I'll stick our MTT. Keep in mind, I'm in Canadian. $605. So $605 compared to, this was like $675. So only for an extra $70 do you get this motorized walking mechanism. And I noticed before that the prices would be equal, but I kind of did forget that this was motorized. So yeah, but you get my point. Like the MTT and the AT-AT are like, if you gave me, okay, let me rephrase this. If you put me on a table and you said you could have one of these sets for free, there was an AT-AT sealed in the box and an AT-AT, and if there was an MTT and an AT-AT, both were sealed in the box, I'd go for the AT-AT. And Lego keeps on making sets like this, like the the sequel or prequel sets. So you're assuming that this one would be more expensive if they keep selling better. But let's scale it down, because this was a little bit. Those two are kind of specialized sets. Like you have a motorized set, and then you have a set that's just loaded. Whoa! What the? Okay, that's cool. So you have a set that's like, this is like a giant battle pack, pretty much. So let's go. You know what? Let's do 2007 again. How about the Sith Infiltrator, which is 305 pieces? General Grievous Starfighter is about the same, 225 pieces. Okay, sealed in the box again. And I'm not doing it in Canada because, Okay, $70 is our lowest offer. All right, $70 sealed in the box. That's actually pretty good. I saw a lot of sets that were sealed in the box for $70. Wait a minute. I just realized that these are both sequel sets. Or oh my god, I'm stupid. Well, okay. How many pieces is, how many? Well, I feel stupid. Yeah, so I'm just kind of making this video kind of hastily, if you haven't noticed. Okay, you know what? The year actually won't matter much for this one. I just need to find a. Okay, I think this one wouldn't work. So let's do Darth Vader's. Was there a? Oh man, if there was an Imperial shuttle this year, that would have been so cool. But there wasn't. So let's go. Darth Vader's TIE Fighter. I don't know why I got a strong hunch about that one. And is the Republic Attack 625 parts? The Republic Attack Shuttle. And Darth Vader's TIE Fighter is what? Okay, that's a way too big piece gap. You know what? We'll give it a 1 year difference. I bought one of these, 247. Okay. Sealed in the box. Got $50 in Poland. And Darth Vader's TIE Fighter. This is useless. We're already on okay. We got into $140 category. But, I know somebody's behind the screen right now. Well, that's totally not fair, Darth Vader's TIE Fighters is older. Well, okay, it's 1 year older, first of all. That doesn't really make a difference. And second of all, isn't this set bigger? I'm pretty sure this set is bigger. Like 246. Okay, this is one piece bigger, so I can see that. But this one has generic minifigures, so it's not a fair comparison. Darth Vader's TIE Fighter comes with Darth Vader. Okay, let's do General Grievous's Starfighter. 425. Okay, it's a good range. Sealed on the box. So 140 was our lowest price before. Okay, so sealed in the box, $122 for 140. Now keep in mind, the set comes with 3 exclusive minifigures. I think that's the last example I need to prove my point. So, one of 3 options is happening. Either A, there's some I don't know, maybe the kids or people who aren't very experienced in Lego, because I'm a kid and I'm doing this. So how do I explain what I'm gonna say without sounding stupid? How do I explain what I'm gonna say without sounding stupid? If we take, there's 3. Okay, you know what? There's 3 possible outcomes here. Answers. 1, Lego was just too stupid to know, which, they're the largest toy company in the world. They're bigger than Hasbro, so I don't think that's the case. And they're making, intelligent toys for kids. Lego's a pretty complex thing. Make a Nerf gun. Does the dart come out the barrel? It does? Alright, start making them. Lego, it's a much more complex process, so I don't think they're dumb. People who are just starting to collect don't really have another choice, so they're buying sequel sets. Or, actually, you know what? Number 2 is the most likely option. And you know why? Let's look at one of the big things that people like to do. The first thing I wanted to do when I saw Lego was, I want to make an army, right? I want to make an army. I just want, after you're like, okay, it's fun to play with, but I want to make an army. You're probably gonna want ships. So let's do one last example. No, hang on, I'm too early. Let's go. I think you might know what I'm going for. I gotta find the Venator class Star Destroyer. This set is a beauty, by the way. Okay, sealed in the box, $600 for an 1,100 piece set. So people are like, oh man, that's so cool. But $600 is a lot. I paid $600 for the Death Star, and Death Star is pretty cool too. So I think the main reason that Legos has made a lot of money off of more money off of the sequels, is because, you know what? Let's make a little chart for you on our very scientific slide presentation. So if we just make a new slide here, and then put in some shapes. We'll just make a little line graph here with some lines. How do I make this thicker? Okay, sweet. So we'll make it like that. Look like that. I hope you all can see that, by the way. Sorry, I have a really strong passion right now, so I'm just gonna do it, as the Senate once said. So if we just make our little graph here, Like, sometimes okay, that's a lie. So if we have a graph here, you'll see what I'm trying to do in a second. Let's use the block arrows. This is the amount of people who. This is basically how Lego works. They keep growing. And, it's not really Lego's fault. They're a business. That's what they're trying to do. They'll just keep growing and growing and growing. Yeah, they'll just keep growing. So that's what they're doing. They're doing a good job. But then you need to put another aspect. Disney. Whenever Disney makes a movie, Lego grows. Right? So, no matter what that movie is, there's always going to be a new person in the theater. So maybe somebody my age who's seen Star Wars for the first time. And, when you see Star Wars for the first time, the closest thing you can do to appreciate it is to, buy toys, and because you can't watch Star Wars happen. You can watch Star Wars being filmed, which is A, rare, and B, you're watching Harrison Ford play Han Solo. You're not really watching Han Solo. So the best thing you can do is to buy toys. So Lego profits go up. I sound like a business person right now. I have become the very thing that I swore to destroy. I'm getting off track. So they keep growing, and they see a set, they buy it, and Lego's like, all right, I guess, this is working. So we keep making money. But here, we'll put in some more bars. So copy and paste these. So let's say this is the amount of people who buy Lego on Lego.com. You know what? No, this is the amount of people. These are people who buy Lego on Bricklink. This is people who buy Lego from the Lego store. Like, hang on. According to my math teacher, you gotta make sure that the bars are nicely aligned. So the smaller bar that I'm using right now represents Bricklink. And why is this? Because, I don't really want to say this, but I will. Lego was meant for little kids. I might be a kid, but you're not like a lot of people kind of say it's Lego. Why do you like it so much? So Bricklink, eBay are for adults and like Lego collectors. You don't have to be an adult to be a Lego collector, as represented by yours truly. Mwah. So this is turning into a very long and drawn out video. But so the amount of people who buy Lego on Bricklink is just so much smaller to the amount of people who buy Lego at the Lego store. Just go, if Bricklink had a store, there'd be less people there. Why? Because, first of all, there's two reasons. One, a lot of kids who are into the Star Wars now, let's go back to our scientific graph here. You know what? I'll go present this. So this right here, this is the Star Wars that I grew up with. I grew up with Clone Wars, which is why I like Clone Wars sets. The kids who are like turning into the Lego fanatics now, they're here. Oh, crap, my computer's froze. They're here. So they're like, oh, okay, this is what I see on the big screen. Why did I just do that? This is what I see on the big screen. So I want that. So they're not going to be buying Venators because they don't see it as much. They're going to be buying the First Order Star Destroyer because that's what they see more of. And second of all, the amount of Lego you know what? We can use this bar graph again because this represents it perfectly. This is the amount of actual Lego collectors. Like if you take all the people in a neighborhood, if you took 200 people, you know what? Not even. In the entire world. No, not even. You know what? This is the amount of Lego collectors in the world. It might be sad, but that's the truth. Lego collecting isn't that popular of a thing, which is why some people find it weird. But here's the amount of people who just buy Lego because they want something to build. Like, when I go to a buddy's house, he got a little battle pack that he got because he was bored one day. He was at the mall, went over to buy a battle pack. So what I'm trying to, this has been the most drawn out video ever. I'm so sorry. If you made it this video, comment an emoji and you can win a giveaway. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'll do a giveaway. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but leave an emoji. I don't really care what it is. If you made it this far into my very long video. But anyway, so yeah, obviously Lego's like, okay, you know what? This is what's making us money, because most people aren't buying Lego to collect every set. Most people who grew up with the Clone Wars aren't building Lego anymore. They have more serious things to do. So, the sequels are what's making us most money. So, does Lego have a Clone Wars bias? Not really. A bias is when you don't like something and you don't really have much reason to. You have a little bit of reason. This is not bias. This is business. I can't believe I just said that. That actually put pain in my body. So, yeah, as much as I want to believe that it's just, it's just Lego, they don't want to make Clone Wars. You know what? No, I actually don't want to believe that. See, this is what Lego is making money off of. They're making money off of the sequel sets. People are buying them, obviously. So that is the... You know what? I'm trying this video out even more. I am so sorry. I'll tell you a personal experience that can back up all of this. My computer is running out of battery. When I went to the Lego store and I was going to pick up Tantor 4. And kid saw Clone Skywalker, picked it up and he looked at it and he's like, oh, cool, Darth Vader's in it. And I said, yeah, that's a pretty cool set because, maybe he wanted my advice, I don't know. And he said, like, yeah, I don't really know what that is, but, Darth Vader's kind of cool, so I'll get this one. So the point is, some people don't even know what a clone is that go into the Lego store. They're just like, okay, I see First Order Stormtroopers, the Resistance stuff, the old Luke, so that's what I'm into. So my final answer, no, Lego doesn't have a Clone Wars bias. Most people who are into Lego now are kids, a little younger than I am, and this is just what they grew up with. So remember, if you made it this far, put an emoji, any emoji down below. You know what? Put a Canadian flag down below, because the Canadian Lego show. What? Crazy. So throw a Canadian flag in the comments. And yeah, this is actually the end of the video.